You wanna play games, motherfucker?
I happen to know one guy who most certainly does. The first trailer for the next installment in the Saw universe just dropped a ton of new info in our laps, including a title. And this film looks like nothing we've seen from the franchise before, so drop your hacksaws because we're about to cut through all of it for you. But we're not just doing this for the thrill. Go down and hit that subscribe button. I'm not saying this cost me an arm or a leg, but let's pretend it did, so give me a like while you're at it.
There will be blood.
Let's start with the basics. It's been 16 years since we saw the first Saw movie on the big screen. Now in 2020, we're getting the 9th page in the franchise's playbook. The film was originally operating under the name The Organ Donor, but the trailer tells us the official name of the film is Spiral from the Book of Saw. So when can we see Saw? The film is set to be released on May 15th of 2020, and while it's still in the same timeline as the other movies, it's not being considered a direct sequel to any of them. As of the making of this video, there isn't a lot of competition scheduled for that week in theaters. Black Widow releases 2 weeks prior, and F9, another franchise going on its 9th installment, hits theaters on May 22nd. Chris Rock, who is starring in the film, but I'll get to that in a second, has been a huge fan of the franchise since the first movie premiered back in 2004. And when he approached Lionsgate Motion Picture Group chairman Joe Drake with his vision, they were all in. In a statement that came out with the announcement, Rock said, "I am excited by the opportunity to take this to a really intense and twisted new place." Twisted, Spiral, there's a joke in there somewhere. And with Saw being one of the highest grossing horror franchises of all time, why wouldn't they want to carry on? Okay, so speaking of the cast, get ready to see some of Chris Rock's serious side. He's starring in and executive producing the film. Back in the director's chair is Darren Lynn Bousman, director of Saw 2 and Saw 4. Samuel L. Jackson is on board portraying an esteemed police veteran with, hopefully, plenty of classic one-liners. Though I don't know how you can beat this one.
You wanna play games, motherfucker?
Chris Rock will portray Detective Ezekiel, or Zeke, Banks. He and his rookie partner, played by the Social Network's Max Minghella, take charge of an investigation into the murders. And the original Saw team of Mark Berg and Orrin Cools are back to produce. Here's the gist of what to expect in terms of plot. I know what you're thinking, Chris Rock? Is it going to be a comedy more than a horror film? Not exactly. Rock told IGN that there will be some humorous elements, but the essence of the franchise will stay intact. Plenty of blood, plenty of gore. The official plot synopsis from Lionsgate tells us the film is about a sadistic mastermind who unleashes a twisted form of justice. And the trailer tells us that the killer is targeting cops.
They're targeting cops.
See, told you. And unfortunately for Zeke, he finds himself at the center of the killer's morbid game. According to Drake, this upcoming film will still be as mind-bending and intense as all the previous Saw films. Chris conceived this idea, and it will be completely reverential to the legacy of the material while reinvigorating the brand with his wit, creative vision, and passion for this classic horror franchise. Wow, that was a lot of big words. Anyway, my main takeaway from all of this, with Rock's passion for the franchise and an out-of-the-box approach to sharpening this killer box office titan, there's a chance Spiral from the Book of Saw might just cut it after all. Get it? Cut it? If that's the case, we might not only see a new phase of Saw series history, but a new act in Chris Rock's movie career too. So there you have it. Everything we know so far about Spiral from the Book of Saw. Are you excited for the movie? Let me know in the comments, and while you're at it, do me a solid and click subscribe so you won't miss any What We Know So Far videos in the world of entertainment news.